for the corner, and then I was a bit too fast. I was not taking risk. I've done a very clean stage before that, and just looking at something, and when I saw the corner it was too late.
This is a very rare moment indeed. Seven-time world champion Loeb is absent from the leaderboard. His teammate and closest championship rival Ogier now leads 9.1 seconds ahead of Hirvonen, with Latvala up to third, but he's just 2/10 up on Petter Solberg. With the rain still falling, and understandably Loeb's dramatic retirement will dominate discussions back at the service park alongside the Coffs Harbour Airport.
As we saw this morning, it's tricky and everybody can do mistakes, so still a lot of stages to go, and we have to stay concentrated, and yeah, it's an opportunity, but everything is to do.
In a way, it is what we needed, but I still need to finish the rally as well, and when it's like this, anything can happen, like we now saw. So I can't really relax or anything yet, so let's see, I can just keep it in a row and get good points from here.
Our stage of the day is next, and as we saw in the first pass through Shipmans, this is an incredible challenge. 29 kilometres of blisteringly quick roads, and it's still raining. With his teammate out of the running, this rally is now even more crucial for Sébastien Ogier, but just look at these conditions. Mikko Hirvonen starts the afternoon loop just 9.1 seconds behind the leader. The Finn is pushing as hard as he dares, but it's still really difficult to judge where there's grip, especially on these hard compound tyres. The water splashes will be deeper too. These conditions are looking more like Wales Rally GB in November than an Australian round. It's a wild ride for Latvala too, but he's still keeping the pressure on the leading pair. We can find out how much pressure using our WRC stage simulator. Approaching the split time after 15 kilometres, Ogier is well ahead. Really getting some daylight between himself and the Finns now. Not much between the two Fords though. Just a tenth of a second separating Hirvonen and Latvala, and let's rejoin Hirvonen now. And take a look at his in-car telemetry. See how tentative Mikko is on the brakes as he arrives at corners. Braking distance is almost impossible to judge in the mud. And this stage is still breathtakingly quick despite the nightmare conditions. The speedometer briefly nudging 120 kilometres an hour there. Oh, but he's off the road here. Mikko off into the field. He was lucky there were no trees around at that corner. A wild moment for the Ford man, but he survives to fight another day and wastes little time getting back on the road. And rejoining the rally leader. The early split times, as we just saw, have looked really promising in stage 6. Great aerial view of the Australian forest roads here. Ogier looking calm and collected despite the lack of grip. He can take advantage of Hirvonen's slip up now, of course, and pull even further ahead. Pace notes as ever coming from Julien Ingracia. Oh, but that was a big hit. I think Ogier might have blown it. But this was an amazing opportunity for Sébastien to catch his teammate in the championship. But like Loeb, he's gone off the road. A lot of damage to the front. Incredible scenes. Both Citroën Works drivers are out. Further back in the stage is the Ford Fiesta of Mikko Hirvonen. Suddenly, Mikko's chances of claiming his first win since February have been dramatically increased. Hirvonen becomes the third different leader of Rally Australia. And you don't hear this very often, but Petter Solberg in his privately entered DS3 is now Citroën's leading driver. Oh, but Petter's lost control at the same place as Hirvonen. No grip at that left-hander at all. These are the best rally drivers in the world. But driving these Coffs Coast roads in the wet on hard compound tyres is getting increasingly treacherous. Petter survived that, but it must have rattled him. He's almost half a minute slower than Latvala.
I've never seen conditions like this, I think. Not even in Wales. And I really have too hard setup still, you know, but this is the worst I ever seen, I think.
Solberg survives, but that is now two smashed-up Citroëns lying broken in the forests, and that's a huge opportunity missed for Sébastien Ogier.
As you can see, I had something with the front of my car and I destroyed the radiator, so it was impossible to continue.
Did you try and continue after you hit the tree?
Yeah, we tried to continue, but then we had to stop because the temperature was very high and we didn't want to do damage to the engine, so we had to stop. We tried to fix it, but it was not possible.
It's the first time for 2 years that both work Citroens have gone off on the same day, and look what it does to the leaderboard. It's now a Ford 1-2, with Solberg the only Citroen in the top 10. He's just over half a minute off the lead. 4 more stages still to come on this dramatic opening day of the New Look Rally Australia. They're coming up after this break. Welcome back to New South Wales for what's been a nightmare start to Rally Australia for Citroen. Both their Works DS3s are out, but it's still game on in the fight for top honours. And for now, it's Ford's Finns who are in pole position to take the top spot. After so many high-profile incidents on these treacherous, muddy roads, the prime objective for rally leader Mikko Hirvonen will be to make it to the finish line in one piece. The Finn completely focused on the pace notes from Jarmo Lehtinen on the final mud-filled forest roads of day one.
It's been like hell. It's been unbelievable slippy. It's been so difficult to kind of pick your pace through the corners because you have no idea what kind of grip you have, and some places once you hit the brakes it's like going straight on the ice.
We saw a battle of wills in Germany when team orders were called by Citroen. It remains to be seen what Ford will do with their 2 men suddenly in a very strong position. The Finns set a fastest time each in stages 7 and 8, with Latvala taking the scratch time in the final gravel stage of the day. Petter Solberg, though, has already had a couple of close calls. The Norwegian could be in a strong position, though, running behind the Ford drivers. The stages might have been a mud bath today, but there could be some road sweeping to contend with if the roads dry out for day 2. Further back, Evgeny Novikov has defied his lack of experience to keep his Fiesta on the road on his Australia debut. He's up to 4th and showing really good pace. The Russian was 2nd fastest in stage 6. Oh, but he's lost it here.
Yes, I will.
And it looks like the Coffs Coast event has claimed yet another victim. It's already been a brutal day, but with Novikov's steering arm smashed, he is out for the day too. The skid marks tell the tale, but not for the first time this season. A promising start for Novikov has ended in frustration. Replacing Evgeny in 4th is his M-Sport Stobart teammate Henning Solberg. The Norwegian has scored some of his best results in events with tough conditions, and he's battled his way through these sodden roads. Henning could be on course for his best result of the season. The 3rd Stobart M-Sport driver competing is Matt Wilson, who's also survived the worst that the Coffs Coast could throw at him on day 1. The British driver finishes the final gravel stage within half a minute of his teammate Henning. And now, running in 6th place is Khaled Al-Qasimi, who lost his bumper in a water splash earlier. The Emirati driver has only managed 2 points finishes from his 5 starts in 2011, but the Ford Abu Dhabi man has pulled out his best performance of the year so far in these incredibly tough conditions down under. After stage 8, Hirvonen's lead is just 6.6 seconds over his teammate. Petter Solberg has slipped away a bit. He's more than half a minute behind Latvala, with Petter's older brother behind him in 4th position. After a brutal day's rallying, the remaining drivers who've survived the treacherous muddy forests will be relieved to make it to the relative safety of the Coffs Harbour Super Special. The slick tarmac, though, will still provide a tricky finale to the opening leg, especially tackling this tight 4-kilometre circuit twice in the dark and driving cars set up for gravel. Last night, there was a winner piece on these stages for the 2 Citroen Total drivers, but tellingly, with both Works DS3s taking a battering in the forests. This time, it's a winner piece for Hirvonen and Latvala. While it's been a horrible day for their rivals, for Ford and for rally leader Hirvonen, it couldn't look better.
It's been a very difficult day and such a difficult conditions that it hasn't been so enjoyable all the time, so you know, I made my own mistakes during the day. many people made even bigger mistakes. So I'm just happy to be here, and you know, we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
The Blue Oval boys lie first and second, with Latvala 7 seconds behind his teammate. Solberg will look to attack from third on day 2, but he's over 44 seconds behind the leader. Henning Solberg, Matt Wilson and Al Qasimi are the only other WRC cars to make it through day 1. It's been an incredible start to Rally Australia, and with 2 long days still to tackle, who knows what drama still lies ahead. We'll be back tomorrow with the second day's highlights, but for now, from Coffs Harbour, it's goodbye.